And welcome back to another video. So we're going to be starting a bulk. I am very excited for this. I have never actually properly bulked before. I do feel like my bulk has already unofficially started because I did go on holiday, as some of you may know, last week, and I definitely made like a little bit of a head start on my bulk. However, the official start on my bulk is now, because now I'm tracking and I'm actually doing it properly. So yeah, I'm excited, so let's get into it. First things first, what is a bulk? If some of you may be asking. So a bulk is basically where you are trying to grow your muscles, and you're doing that by increasing your calories. So you're eating more and therefore you're in a calorie surplus, which is very important, and you are lifting weights to grow the muscles, to put strain on your muscles. So my reasons for doing this bulk, my goals are two things. One, I've got an aesthetic goal, grow my glutes. Who doesn't want bigger glutes in this day and age? And number two, put down some performance goals, as in 100 kg deadlift for reps, which means that I'm not just going to be doing a 1 rep max at 100 kg. I want to be able to hit like six reps and kind of feel good and good technique. 120 kg hip thrusts. My last one is my squats. Okay, I struggle with squatting. I used to be okay at it. I got up to 100 kg back in the day and felt fine, and then suddenly, literally when I went to uni, I stopped for a little bit and I just could not get back into it. I feel like my technique is gone out the window. I don't feel comfortable. I think maybe now it's gotten to the point where I've left it so long that either I only do low weights or it's just like a mind thing, like it's just, I don't feel confident going into the lift, which obviously makes a massive difference. These are just like numbers that can be really variable. If I find that I am nowhere near and I'm not making any progress, and you know, I just need to, you know, my technique is so poor that I need to just work on that for the whole time, then obviously I'll bring those numbers down. If the other way goes and I like end up, you know, actually getting stronger quite quick and feeling good and my technique's okay, then obviously I'll make these numbers a bit higher, but that will obviously depend on how things go. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing for my measurements, I am going to be measuring each Monday morning. First thing, I'm going to be using my gym scales, so they're bioelectrical impedance scales, so they'll do my body fat, muscle mass, hydration, all that kind of thing. I mean, the important thing is the weight, and obviously it's good to see your muscle mass, but if you don't have access to it, don't worry. For those of you who don't have access to this, I would actually recommend, even more than doing all of that, is to have scales at home and measure yourself every single morning at the same time, and taking an average for the week, because that's way more reliable, because a one-off measurement a week, you know, you could have eaten something the day before, you could be less hydrated, you could have eaten something high in salt the day before and hold on to a load more water weight or whatever it is. So I recommend doing it that way. However, I don't have good scales at home, so I can't, and so for those of you who can't, obviously 1 to 2 measurements a week is absolutely fine. It's just that if you're going for like the best of the best, then I would recommend doing it every single morning. So yes, I will be doing that every Monday morning. I will also be taking tape measurements in centimeters of my neck, shoulders, chest, smallest part of my waist around my belly button, my hips, which is just the largest part of my glutes, my biceps, my thighs, and my calves on each leg. And I will be doing this each Monday. I'll get someone to do this for me after I weigh myself, and then I will be usually I'll be taking progress photos, but because I'm doing a YouTube video, I will be doing a progress video, as you can see, and here are my stats. I'm going to be as honest as I can be with you guys on here and keep you updated. I am interested to see how it affects my mental health. You know, am I going to be worried about my physique? Am I going to be a bit more self-conscious than usual? Or am I going to be like loving the fact that I'm getting stronger and feel really confident? I'm going to show you how to calculate your calories, like calories that you should be aiming for, and your macro split. So let's jump straight in. The first thing we're going to have to do is calculate our BMR. This is basal metabolic rate. This is the amount of calories you're burning at rest. So we're going to need our weight, height and age. I'm going to be using the metric system as I do not understand the imperial system, but you can use both. This is the formula I'm going to be using. I will leave below a link for a website that does it for you. You can just calculate it automatically and it uses this formula, so I like it, but I just thought I would show you everything from scratch. So I plugged in my numbers and my BMR is 1,453. So then we're going to have to work out our TDEE, which is total daily energy expenditure. So this is how much you're burning, taking into consideration the exercise we're doing. So I'm going to choose moderately active. So I'm going to times my BMR times 1.55 and that gives me 2,252 calories. Okay, so this calculation also equals your maintenance calories. So to bulk, we're going to have to add an addition to this to be in a calorie surplus, so anything between 200 and 500 calories. I've picked 350 calories. This is just because I didn't want to gain the weight too fast, trying to minimize the amount of body fat that I gain as well, because the other thing to have in mind is that when you do a bulk, you are going to not only gain muscle mass, but you are going to gain a bit of body fat. So this gives me 2,602 calories, so these are going to be my daily calories that I'm going to be aiming for. And then we're going to work out our macros. Macros is the split of protein, fats and carbs that make up your diet. The most important one is protein, so you could just work this one out and not worry about the other two as much. However, I will show you how to work all of them out if you are interested. So protein, we want it to be between 0.8 and 1 gram per pound of weight. So I plugged my kilograms into Google and asked them to translate this into pounds, and so it gave me 137.6 pounds. Therefore, I am going to be aiming to eat 138 grams of protein a day. Now, to find this out in the calories, you times that number by 4 because protein has 4 calories per gram. Fats, I would aim for anything between 20 and 35%. I'm going to be using 25%. I take my calories, I times them by 0.25 and that gives me 650.5 calories. And if I want that in grams, I divide it by 9 because fats has 9 calories per gram. The carbs, we're going to just work out what the sum of the calories coming from our protein and fats are, and we're just going to take that away from our total calories. So this gave me 1,399.5. And to find out the grams, we divide it by 4 because the same as protein, carbs has 4 calories per gram. So I plugged the calorie number into Google and asked it as a percentage, and that said 21 point something, so I rounded it to 21% for my protein, 25% fats and 54% carbs. Okay, so if you'd like to follow along in my bulk, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you've liked this video, please like it, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments below and I'll make sure that I answer all of them. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week.